welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway. I'm bringing you the limited iRacing series tonight in the super late models. They are just in qualifying right now. They got about 3.5 minutes left in qualifying. Should be an interesting night. These guys are flying around Bristol Motor Speedway in these late models. I think the field has expanded tonight. I'm not seeing. Well, actually, I'm only seeing about 12 guys in the field, so that's actually about normal. So we may get a few more guys popping in here at the last minute, or they just haven't logged into the session yet. But I think they were hoping for around 15 to 20 guys for tonight. Especially it's $50, and it's brought to you by BG Designs. They put up $50 for the winner tonight, so I thought it was going to bring out some more drivers. Biggest news for tonight is that the guy who led all of the laps 2 races ago and then missed last race, Brad Herman, is back in the field tonight. So interested to see what he can do here tonight at Bristol. He led every lap possible at Myrtle Beach and took home the win. So we'll see if he is able to replicate that tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway. This track is just super fast in these late models. It's pretty much to the floor from what I'm hearing. I'm going to try to grab a couple guys to see if I can get them to come in here and give us a quick perspective on what they're seeing on track or what they're feeling. But we'll see what happens here. But let me look and see if I can let me grab Brad since he's here tonight. Brad, you get a copy? Hey, Brad, you got a copy? This is Swat's in the booth.
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, Brad, welcoming you back as you missed last week's race, but this week is Bristol. $50 up for grabs by BG Designs. What are you feeling for tonight?
I feel like I'm not the fastest in qualifying right now, sitting third. Better than I thought I would be. Hit something right there at the end of practice, so hopefully we can keep it up front. I think it's all about keeping your tires under you and not burning them up too fast. I've had a pretty good start in this league so far, so hopefully I can keep it up.
How's the track feeling itself?
I think it's feeling pretty good. A lot of people getting loose off the corners, but it's natural for Bristol, so hopefully they can keep together in the race. Feel like that's not going to be the case. Feel like there's going to be a bunch of cautions. So if you go towards the back, it's probably not going to be too pretty.
All right. Well, good luck for tonight. See if you can replicate what you did 2 races ago at Myrtle Beach, where you led every lap and wound up bringing home the victory that night. So, good luck, and I'll send you back to the general chat, and we'll go to the anthem.
All right, thanks, man. Have fun in the booth.
All right, so you heard it from Brad. Everybody is talking about it being loose off the corners and stuff like that. So, going to be interesting to see who can hold it and who can't. I'm going to throw into the national anthem. Give a big shout out to the troops and everybody out there supporting the red, white, and blue. Nothing but love for the military and EMTs and all the other frontline people that are out there. So, let's run the national anthem. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back now at Bristol Motor Speedway here for the super late models to take on this Coliseum. Let's see. Campbell's first, got the pole. Erickson second. Herman third. That's who we just spoke to just a few minutes ago. Aiden Kaiser in the 71 is fourth. Kendrick Cryer in the fifth position. Tyler Holden in sixth. Brody Marinko is in seventh. Tristan Newman is eighth. Christopher Johnson ninth. Justin Elvis is fourth. Joey Kennedy or Keneally is 11th. Brendan Tracy is 12th. Bradley Rivers is 13th. Travis Bertzer is 14th. Eli Lewis 15th. Braden Goddard 16th. Blaine Harrison 17th. And center is 18th. So we do have 18 for the field tonight. See who can bring it home tonight. Like I said, it is $50 up for the grabs from BG Designs. That is the sponsor for this race. They do a lot of great work for designing different paint sheets or paint schemes for different cars and things like that. And I believe they do some other work and things like that that you can definitely check into in BG Designs. I believe they have a Facebook page, BG Designs, out there. So go ahead and check them out, see what you can find, and see if you can get them some work during this time where a lot of people are not working. So get out there and see what you can do. But they're going to go double file. Looks like a couple guys dropped out. Looks like, I don't know who that was that sped through and then had to go to the back of the field. But currently the 18 is up front in that pole position. 71 of Kaiser is who moves up into the second lane. So I think that was Erickson that for some reason jumped to an EOL to go to the back of the field. Not exactly sure why he did that, but might be able to grab him during a caution and see if there was something going on or not. All right, so they are coming around with 1 to green. They are on the backstretch. This is a bigger track than they're a little bit used to. The last couple weeks, it's been real short tracks. This one, obviously, Trucks, Xfinity, ARCA, Cup, all of the big time drivers come to this track. So seeing these guys run super late models is going to be really fun to watch. Pace car is going to duck off onto the pace lane, and the 18 is going to lead them to that restart zone. See how the kind of jump he gets. 18 and 71 leave both at the same time. The 18 is going to lead it into turn 1. 71 on the outside of him. The rest of the field is kind of bobbled up. Not sure if somebody maybe missed a shift or not, but they got kind of spread out there. Ooh, the 99 gets into the 85 and turns him. I don't know if that's going to bring out a caution. 85 did get it corrected and keeps going. He's going to make up some ground and try to get past the 54 and get to the 3. As Brad may be a little angry with that one. It did look like the car that got into him, the 99, was a little close and didn't cut him any slack this early into the race. You would have thought that maybe the pedal could have been let off just a little bit to let 85 in, but no room for the 85, so he took a little turn. But he should be able to make up some ground and also get that car fixed up over the long 125 laps that they got here. Caution is out as I'm seeing the 180 and the 4 are moving slow. Let's jump to them and then rewind and see if we can get that crash picked up. So 4 tries to go back up, but was not clear, and the 7 was there. Again, that could be the possibility that 7 could have let the 4 in, but he might not have known that the 4 was going to come up that high to the high line going in there like that, since he was angled in for the bottom line. It went up on top of the roof of the 7 car when the 4 went around there. I noticed the 86 also got in the wall and went to the inside wall during the front stretch. Not sure exactly what he was doing there. It looked like he was trying to hop the wall and go to maybe the hot dog stand, but didn't quite get over the wall and ended up going to the inside wall on the front stretch and is now getting back into the field. So first caution of the night. We are 6 laps in, and we'll see exactly who somebody is pitting. I believe that is the 98 that is in the pits. I don't think all of them are going to go in for fuel or tires at this moment. These tires last a little bit longer than you would expect for trucks, Xfinity, or Cup, even ARCA. You can run a lot of laps on these tires. The fuel probably won't be that big of a problem. They should be able to run around 60, 65 laps on fuel before needing fuel. And these caution laps are going to extend that, obviously, with being able to let off and save fuel going around the track. But 98 is out of the pits now and is currently scored 1 lap down. So that was Brendan Tracy in the 98. I believe he got some damage when he went up into the wall, and then obviously slid back down to the inside wall and caught some more damage. So hopefully he got that car repaired and maybe good enough to keep up with the rest of the field, as he was a little slow on the restart. I'm not sure exactly what was going on there, but we'll restack them and try to get them going here again and see if they can go green for a while. I know the admins in this group have been really pushing for these guys to really try to be patient, slow down on the aggressiveness, especially early in the race. You don't want to see a lot of cautions. Cautions breed cautions. So hopefully these guys have listened to the admins. I do see the 99, or possibly it's the 60. I think it's the 66 actually, is doing some blinking, and actually it looks like he's blinked 23 times already. So the admins might have to talk to him about his connection. That's a lot of blinks for only 8 laps into the race. But 1 to green again. Pace car should be ducking off to the pit lane here. There it goes. And the 18 and 71 are going to lead him into the restart box. 18 is going to get a big jump going in. Looked like he started on the gas before he got to the restart box, but I don't know what the rules are on that for here. But the 18 definitely led him into turn 1. 71 is right behind him with the 22 of Ericsson right behind them. Ericsson right underneath the 71, almost slides up into the 71 as it comes off of turn 3 and 4. The 66 is blinking still, but on the outside of the 22, coming down the backstretch. He should get a good run as he is using the high side for momentum. The rest of the cars seem to be trying to roll around the bottom, or otherwise known as bottom feeding on some tracks. The 22 is right on the tail of the 71, trying to give him a push down the backstretch here, but the 18 is running a really good line. He's kind of arcing it into the corners, and then I would say diamonding it off the corners once he goes through. Actually, another caution. Looks like it's the 38 of Braden Goddard that is moving slow. Let's jump to him and see if we can see what happened here in the replay booth. So it looks like the 18 180 and the 38 got into it. Looks like the 180 slid up into the 38 of Goddard running that breast cancer awareness paint scheme. Not sure what was going on between those two. I don't think there was any bad blood from them from last week, so it just looked like the 180 of Johnson slid through that corner and just maybe wasn't expecting it and didn't hold the bottom. And unfortunately slid right up into the left rear of Braden Goddard, and I believe there was somebody out there in chat saying he was here for Braden, so hopefully Braden can get down to the pits and get that left rear fixed. Don't want to have a whole lot of damage on these cars. It's not going to affect it that much, but you want it as clean as possible to be able to make the speed that everybody else is making with clean cars. So Braden's probably going to come down and grab a little bit of attention to that left rear and then come back out on track. I assume the 180 is probably going to do the same thing. But this is helping the fuel mileage, so right around 60 laps is what I'm thinking for tires and fuel. I don't know if they'll come early enough, if the tires are wearing or anything like that. But you could turn this into possibly a one-stop now with 125 laps on the schedule. 15 laps in, and they've run about 7 laps on caution laps already. So that should help at least get to about 70 laps. So that'll definitely turn into a one-stop. I believe they have 2 sets of tires tonight. No fast repair as usual. But I guess we'll see who does what. So going back up to the front here with Campbell. Kaiser is actually scheduled or showing as the leader. I don't know how Kaiser passed him unless they're just swapping positions to let Campbell have this outside on the start, but usually it doesn't work in iRacing as it gives you a black flag for passing. But 18 is going to get a great jump on the outside. 71 was just left like he was asleep at the wheel when the green flag came out. Kaiser's going to stay in that second position as another car's wrecking up on top. I believe that was the 69 was involved in that one. Let's jump back real quick on that one. Looks like there's a few of them in there. So that was the 20 and the 3 that got tangled, which then collected a few other guys. So looks like the aggression has not slowed down for this race at Bristol. It is Bristol, which brings out a lot of stuff from people. Obviously, with the 3s doing a little retaliation there against the 7. I'm not sure that that is allowed, and I believe that will probably be checked on. But that kind of stuff you don't want to see. You don't want to see somebody taking it out. Oh, yeah, that's definitely retaliation. And I believe the 3 is going to be penalized. And I guess they're not making him leave the room. Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. So the 3 definitely took some retaliation there. I'm not sure he appreciated all the contact the 7 and him had, but there's better ways of handling that. So, in my opinion, I'd like to see the admins maybe park him or make him have a black flag for that, but I don't know what their rules are for it. But you could definitely tell he definitely came up on the 7 to get to him quickly to give him a little push and let him know he was not happy with how they were running there. 69 is going to come down pit lane and try to get some of his damage repaired, which is from the 7 and the 3 making contact there. Unfortunately, the 69 was involved in it, kind of an innocent bystander, had nowhere to go. The 20 was the original one that got loose there, but he's got some damage on that front left side as well from that. So yeah, so we got some big carnage going on. 20 laps into the race. Only 105 left. Hopefully these guys can calm it down and try to go green for a while, as they've only gone a few laps each time. So. But that is 3 cautions already in this race, 11 laps under yellow. Like I said, that keeps extending the fuel mileage and tires. They're pushing closer to 75 laps before they need to really pit for fuel and tires. Some of these guys have already come down for fuel and tires, or at least get some repair done, and a few others probably need to. The 7's got some major damage on the front and back. But if you guys are out there and rooting for anybody, let me know who you guys are rooting for, and I'll give a little spotlight on them. And then also, if you guys want to try to pick somebody to win tonight, go ahead and throw that name into the chat as well, and we'll see if that comes true here. Like I said, this race is sponsored by BG Designs. There's $50 for the winner tonight. I know there's definitely some aggression to try to get that $50, but hopefully they can calm it down and try to run clean for a while, and then maybe later on at the race try to bring out some of that aggression to make up positions. But this early in the race, you hate to see a lot of guys being aggressive and pushing and banging, because it really doesn't end well for the rest of the field, who is usually just an innocent bystander. 18 is going to lead him into the restart booth. He's going to get a giant jump going into turn 1 and 2. Again, Kaiser was a little late on the restart, but he gets a great drive off. Ooh. And the 7 is up in the wall, sideways on his door, and another caution comes out. And we will go back and see what happened there. It looked like a 7 just got loose. And just went right up on the wall. You could see it because he went right past the camera there on his side, and then turned in front of everybody else, had nowhere to go. So that is the 4th caution tonight, 25 laps into the race. They've only had 11. 11 green flag laps. So some of these guys are just continuously saving fuel and trying to save tire and fuel to stretch out this thing. Um, it should be a one stop from here. So the 1871 still up front. Ericsson in the 22 in third. Cryer in the 66 in fourth. Tristan Newman in the 50 is in fifth. Brad Herman in that 85 that got spun early is in sixth. Brody Marinko is seventh. Travis Burtzer is eighth. Christopher Johnson is ninth. Justin Elvis rounds out the top 10. So these guys do have a timer on the race as well. It looks like there is only 25 minutes left in the race, which I'm not really sure how that happened because I thought it was an hour-long race. Actually, it looks like it looks like it's going to be 25 minutes left for the race to complete. Hopefully they can go green, which will tick off these laps a lot faster. But going around at pace speed for cautions is not going to help that timer. Most of the races, I believe they have completed 100% before the timer ran out, so shouldn't have to worry about that. They should be coming to 1 to green as they come off of turn 4 there. The 18's still in the lead. That is your pole sitter of Campbell. 71 of Kaiser is second, and that 22 of Ericsson is still third, and the 66 of Cryer is fourth. Like I said, if you guys have anybody out there you're rooting for, let me know in the chat, and I'll try to put a spotlight on them with the camera. And then also, if you guys are out there, please let me know who you are pulling for the victory and who your guess for the victory is. It doesn't have to be the person you're pulling for, just based on who you're seeing driving and maybe their style, or maybe you've raced with them in a different league or anything like that. Just let me know who you think could be the winner. Pace car is going to go off into the pit lane, and the 18 is going to lead him in the restart box. He gets a great jump again, and there's a caution again. I don't know what happened on this one. See if we can see it here. So the 22 got into the 71, and the 22 went around, which brought out the caution. So Ericsson gets into Kaiser as they go into turn 1 and 2, and it brings out the caution, which is the 5th caution of the night so far. So 18 and 66 are now your front row. The 18 of Campbell and the 66 of Cryer will be the front row. And I don't know what happened to the 22 of Ericsson. Looks like he has been given an EOL. So 69 is the lucky dog and going to get that lap back, which puts him back on the lead lap. He's been struggling with getting repairs done since he was involved in that early crash. None of it was his fault, obviously. He just got caught up in it. So he's getting his lead lap back. And now see if he can contend for the $50 prize tonight. Sponsorship of this race is the BG Designs team. Go out there and search them out for Facebook. See if you can get anything done by them. From what I've heard, those guys do great work, and usually will work with you and do whatever they can to make sure you are satisfied with everything they're doing. But we have 32 of 125 laps done tonight with 23 minutes left on the clock. 5 cautions so far, 19 yellow laps. The more yellows that these guys are having, the further they're stretching this fuel. I would doubt they'd be able to go completely without stopping. But eventually here you're going to start seeing some guys coming in, grabbing tires, grabbing fuel, for sure fuel. But I don't know if you're going to see them all coming at the same time. I think if you see the 18 and 66 go, you might see some others go, but I don't know if it pulls everybody. At this point, you might as well go with everybody, because if you stay out, and everybody else on fresh tire and fuel, and then you wind up having to pit later on, you're just going to go to the back of the field anyway. So if you pit with everybody, you shouldn't lose a position unless you have damage to repair. But if that's the case, you might as well get that damage repaired and try to get it as clean as you can. Should be 1 to green, and the pace car should be jumping off of here. There it goes, and the 18 is going to be leading him into the restart box with the 66 on the inside, and that 18 again gets a great jump. And the 85 is coming around on the outside of the 66, who was dumped by the 66 early on the race. I believe it was only like 5 laps into the race, so see if the 85 runs him a little bit different this time, or if he's going to play nice. Actually, real quick, let's jump into the cockpit of that 85 and see. Oh, never mind. A caution is now back out. Looks like it's the 08 that is around, which is the 3 car we saw earlier. So we'll see if the 7 maybe is involved with this 3 again and see if there's any kind of retaliation again. And it is the 7 and the 3 together again. I believe we're probably going to see some sort of retaliation. So let's get back up here to the 7. And see if he gives anything to the 3 again. Or the 3 gives him anything again. And I believe we won't see that. I believe the 08 of Joey Kinnelly is actually... I think he might have parked it. Or he was told to park it. So it looks like the 08 was told to park it, or he backed out with all the damage that he had. Him and the 7 were pretty much banging all night from the start. Not exactly sure if maybe those two just don't like each other, or if they just started this at the start of the race and tried to finish it. But these two were banging pretty much from the drop of the green flag. So maybe some talking to from the admins on that one. Like I said, the 08 or the 3, I guess, did have some retaliation. Usually that's frowned upon in leagues, but on the caution lap, that 3rd caution, he definitely caught back up to the field and went straight to the 7 and gave him a big smash on the back bumper. I see you out there, Papa Bear. Appreciate the bit drop. Getting ready for the turn down for what Truck Series race coming up after this show at 9:10 p.m. Eastern is when I'll go live again for that one. Big run tonight at Las Vegas. See who can bring home the checker flag. A lot of good drivers, a lot of fast pace, a lot of action. Usually very minimum cautions as well. So make sure you stay tuned for that at 9:10. That'll be the turn down for what Truck Series. But currently we're with the limited iRacing series in the super late models. We got the 18 of Campbell, 66 of Cryer, 85 of Herman, and the 50 of Newman up front in the top 4. 18 is going to lead him in the restart box. He keeps getting a really great jump in that restart box or right before it. 66 was again asleep or just is not anticipating the 18. He started on the inside line and outside line and has had great jumps each time no matter what lane he's in. And another caution's out. I'm going to have to look to see what this one is. I'm not seeing too many people slow here, so let's go back and see if we can find it. So that looks like the 20 of Holden got up into the wall. And I'm not sure if the 98 was with that, but he got loose and touched the wall as well. Ooh, 20 got a little loose, tried to correct it, and slid right into the wall. 98, I think, did the same thing, but he hit earlier in the wall coming out of the turn. So that brought out the caution, which is the 7th caution tonight. 42 laps into the race. About 80 laps to go. These guys should be good on fuel for another about 20 laps unless they've already come down. Like I said, it should be about 60, 65 laps on fuel and tires. Should be easily be able to be done with super lates. So, um, not too many of the leaders have come down pit road at all so far. So, uh, should be seeing that pretty soon. But jumping back up front with the 18 of Campbell, still out front. I believe he has led, if I'm not mistaken, every single lap since the drop of the green flag, which is something I've only seen once, and that was 2 races ago at Myrtle Beach, and that was the 85 of Brad Herman that led from the very start of the race to the end of the race and wound up bringing home the victory that night. See if the 18 is able to repeat what he saw the 85 do. So far, so good for him. He has led every lap, and he has started on the inside and outside and has great jumps. Whoever's in second in either line has not been able to stick with him on restarts. So either he's got them guessing or he is jumping perfect to go through that restart box. Pace car is going to jump off the 18 again, and you can see it. He rolls right in there and just gets going, and that outside line does not go, which is going to benefit the 85, I believe. But the 66 is going to get a giant run going around that turn 1 and 2 onto the backstretch. Unfortunately, he is blinking, so he's disappearing all the time, but he's carrying a ton of momentum around the outside. He's actually going to try to take the lead. He's going to slide right in front of the 18. He makes the pass, and he is now your leader, which takes, if he can hold this lap, he's going to actually lead a lap, which has been done by nobody tonight besides the 18 of Campbell. 18 gets into the wall coming across the finish line, which means the 66 does lead his first lap of the race. And that is the first lap that any other car has led besides the 18. 18 falls into second. The 50 of Newman is in third. 85 of Herman is in fourth. And the 71 of Kaiser is in fifth in that 71 orange and blue car. What's going on, top of esports? Appreciate the 100 bit drops. And another caution has come out. It looks like it's the 4 this time. See if we can jump to the 4 and see exactly what happened here to him. Oh, it looks like him, and I'm not sure who that is. Looks like the 16, or maybe it's the 181. I can't really tell with these numbers. They don't really blend in too well. But yeah, the 4 and the 18, or the 181 or the 180, can't tell what that is, connected, and that turned the 4 around, and the 98 had nowhere to go on that one, and I believe another car was involved in this as well, as they were all spinning across the track. Unfortunate for the drivers that didn't have anything to do with this and just were involved with it as an innocent bystander, but that's racing. Not much you can do about it. I've had it happen to me hundreds of times, and I mean, it's going to continue no matter what I do. So, got to be good at avoiding them. Like I said, most of these guys have been told the aggression needs to bring it down a few notches. You know, try bringing up the patient knob instead. But it is what it is. It's Bristol. It's short track racing, as Joey Logano likes to say, and Denny Hamlin quoted him on that one. But right now, I don't know who's going to pull this off. The 18's pretty much been the fastest on track. He's been the leader most of the race, although we've had 32 laps under yellow out of 50 green flag runs. So majority of his laps being led, obviously, are under caution. So we did have a green flag run there for a few laps, and the 66 was able to get out in front of the 18 using that middle groove. Carried a ton of momentum around the corners and was able to jump out to the lead, and then the caution came out. So now the 66 is going to start racking up his lead lap, or laps led counter. Currently, the 18, I believe, has at least 40 laps led out of the 50. So unless the 66 can lead the rest of the laps, it's going to be tough to get ahead of the 18 here on laps led. Appreciate you dropping the bits, Top Esports. I don't know who's in charge of that account now, so I'm not sure who that is, but you can always ping me if it on Messenger or whatever, but appreciate the bit drop. Anybody else out there watching, like I said, you can let me know who you are pulling for or who you think might win tonight. Should be interesting with about 74 laps left in the race, but only 18 minutes left on the clock. So see if they can get these laps in and see who will bring home the $50. Sponsored for tonight is BG Designs, so go out there and check them out. Get some stuff designed and done by them. I think a few of the cars are running BG Designs as a sponsor on their cars, along with a couple other sponsors for the series. Carolina Short Track Racing's one, Premier Dental's another one. All three of those sponsors are all over these cars. In the next caution, I'm going to try to grab somebody in race and see if I can get them to come up to the booth and give us a little in race reporting to see how the track's feeling and what's going on. But looks like they are going green now. The 66 is still out front of the 18. 50 is third. 85 is fighting hard on the outside of the 71 for fourth position. That is your top five with the 71 in fifth. 18 is going to try to get underneath the 66 as another caution is going to come out. And I don't know who this one's on. See if we can find this one. Oh. Oof. So the 7's going to get taken out, and I don't know who that is. If that's the 180. Is that the 12? I can't tell the paint because of the number, so see if I can get a little closer. So it's the 18J, I think. So Johnson. So that's the 180. I wish these guys would just put the 180 on the side of the car instead of whatever that is. But yeah, so that's the 180 of Johnson. Him and the 7 definitely got tangled up there, and the 7 I think took the worst of that one as he hit the inside wall right in the middle of the front bumper, which is going to cause a ton of damage to him. So I'm surprised he's even still moving with that hit, but still going here. 66 of Cryer is still out front. 18 of Campbell is second. Newman is third now. Herman is fourth. The 20 of Holden you're going to see come around on the outside as the lucky dog get back on the 2 lap down for him. He is the only car a lap down currently. So the more cautions they have, the more he's going to get back on the lead lap. We did have a first casualty. That was Joey Kinnelly of it says 08, but he was driving the 3 car. Him and the 7 had a few incidents there, and I don't know if it wound up taking out the 08 eventually once they had a few different incidents, or if he was told to back out because he did retaliate during one of the caution laps. So usually that's grounds for being told to park it. So not exactly sure. I guess we'll have to talk to an admin at some point here, but we'll see what happens here. See Papa Bear out there. He's saying, let's go Herman and Rivers. Herman is fourth currently. 18 is going to lead him into the restart box. Look, the jump he's been getting. There he goes again. Oh, he had to let off because he jumped it. The 66 laid back and did not let him get the jump, which made the 18 have to let off because you cannot lead the cars to the finish line if you are not that lead car. So he had to let off, which allowed the 66 to then stomp on the gas and blow the doors off of him. We've seen that happen in Cup and Xfinity a few times. Kyle Busch used to be famous for doing that all the time, really leading people into that restart box and then tricking them into thinking he was going and he wasn't, and then they would let off and he would go, and it would just slingshot him forward. Unfortunately, another caution has come out. I believe this is the 10th caution of the night. Let's see if we can find this one. And it's the 7 again. So it looks like he went into turn 1 and 2. And just there's like a bump in there. So I know some people are catching it and it's throwing the rear end off a little bit. And then you try to correct it and it just spikes you right into the wall. Some guys are coming off of the turns and they're getting too tight, or they're not turning as much as they should be. I don't know which one it is, but they're sliding right into that wall coming out of turn 2 and turn 4. which then makes them ride the wall and go up on two wheels. So hopefully these guys can get figured out, as that is 10 cautions tonight, 41 laps under yellow, 61 laps into the race, and we are almost to the halfway point. We got about 3 laps left before we hit the halfway point, and I believe there is 16 and a half minutes left on the clock. So currently, most of the lead lap cars are on 62 lap old tires. I said before that I thought it would be somewhere between the 60 and 75 lap range for tires and fuel, but we've had 42 laps under yellow, which has given these guys the ability to throw it in neutral and save fuel, conserve tire a little bit better. So these guys should be running, I'm going to guess now, closer to 90 laps on the tires. Maybe a little bit more, depending on how much they've been saving. Some guys start saving from the drop of the green flag. Some guys start saving once they start seeing some incidents happening. So just depending on where they started saving at, they might be able to stretch it out to 90, 95 laps. But like I said, we've had 42 yellow laps, so if 60 to 75, 40 of that, so they might be able to go to 100, which would only leave them 25 laps. But if we continue to have cautions, they may be able to go this whole race without stopping, which would be a huge task on those cars. I don't know. But looks like I missed it, and they went green again, and another caution comes out, and the 85 is on its roof as we come back. We're going to have to go back and look at this one. Let me go to the 85 and see what happened. So the 85 goes out of the corner, gets into that wall, and that's what I was talking about, where you go up into the wall and it rides it, goes off on the two wheels, and then, the 69 of Rivers T-bones the 85 and sends him tumbling down the track on his roof, and then the 20 is pushing the 85 on his roof down around the apron. That's going to be a big one. Let's take a second look at that one. There's a lot of guys who had nowhere to go on this one, and there's just a lot of casualties in this one. 38, 71, 22, 24, 7. There's a lot of cars involved in this one. This is going to put a lot of damage on a lot of guys. I don't know if the 85 can get this one repaired in time. That was a few tumbles and a lot of sliding on the roof. So 85 is coming out of the pits now, and looks like he is currently 1 lap down. So if one more caution comes out, he is the only car a lap down. Tyler Holden in the 20 is unfortunately 2 laps down. So Brad would get the lucky dog again, which would put him back on the lead lap. So I'm thinking he's probably hoping that we'll have another caution so he can get his lap back. But Kendrick Cryer is leading the field with 67 lap old tires. Tristan Newman is in second with 67 lap old tires. Bradley Erickson is the freshest tires, or has the freshest tires. He is currently in third with 30 lap old tires. And then you have fourth, fifth, and sixth on 67 lap old tires. And then you go to 31 lap old tires, then 62, then 7. So definitely some guys probably needing to pit eventually here, but 58 laps to go now. $50 up for grabs by BG Designs, which is the sponsor for this race at Bristol Motor Speedway. Been 11 cautions so far, 46 laps under yellow. We have 58 to go, and the timer is reading 14 and a half minutes left. We'll see if they'll be able to make these laps. If they can go green, I mean, they should be able to tick off these laps super quick. But if they keep having cautions, I don't know if they're going to make it. Should be 1 to green now as they come off of turn 2, go on to the backstretch. This track here, like I said, it's the last Coliseum. Um, I it's been on my bucket list for a while. Fortunately, looks like my fiance or wife, as of next Saturday, looks like we'll be going there hopefully next fall. Um, so definitely can't wait to see this track in person. All the hard racing and bumping and banging these guys do. Looks like the 66 is going to lead them off in turn 1 as they have a restart again. The 50 has jumped in the second. 71 of Kaiser is in third. 22 of Ericsson that was involved in that one. That last caution is in fourth. 66 of Cryer just looks like he is rolling the center a lot better than some of these guys, and he's just carrying the momentum off the corners and is able to stretch it out. The 22 is underneath the 71 now, trying to get underneath him and try to take the position for third. The 50 of Newman is trying to hunt down the 66, but the 66 is using the middle groove. You see a lot of guys using the bottom, middle, and top groove in all 3 series, trucks, Xfinity Cup, and now Super Late's here, ARCA races here as well. There's a lot of different grooves, but that 66 is utilizing that middle groove really well tonight. Everybody else seems to be trying to run the bottom, and I think they're scrubbing off too much speed, and that 66 is just rolling with the momentum. Like I said, after this race ends, you can catch me about 5 minutes after this race ends. I'll be starting up the stream again for the Turn Down for What Trucks series or Truck Series. This is the 3rd race for them at Las Vegas this time. Should be an interesting race to watch for sure. A lot of guys in this field. Usually they run 0 to 3 cautions. So if you're interested in watching for some hard racing and things like that, make sure you check in to the stream right after this one. But we are still going here. 49 laps to go, and another caution has come out. Not sure who this one was. It looks like the 7 is in the pits, but I believe he was already in the pits getting repairs done. Let's see if we can find this one. So it looks like the 38 and the 4 come together. And then the 85 and 69 have nowhere to go, and the 85 squeezes the 69 up into the wall, and that makes the 69 ride that outside wall. 38 and 4 get going again, but caution does come out. I believe that's going to put Brad Herman back on the lead lap. He is going to wind up having some damage from that, though. Actually, I'm seeing Holden is getting the lucky dog, which puts Holden and Herman both 1 lap down. I think because Herman was involved in that accident, they might not have given him the lucky dog, which I think it's iRacing's choice on who gets the lucky dog, but I don't believe Holden was in front of him, and he was 2 laps down, so not sure exactly what happened there, but the 69 is going to go into pits and try to get that car repaired again. He's been repairing it all night. His crew is definitely putting in a lot of work. Since lap 5, I think, is the first incident that he was involved in. Not on his own doing. He was kind of an innocent bystander on that one, just like this one. And he's just been repairing it slowly throughout the race. But every time he gets it close to running clean again, it gets caught up in another one. And unfortunately, his guys are going to be working overtime getting that thing fixed. Currently still the 66. On 80 lap old tires is still the leader. Tristan Newman second in the 50. Bradley Erickson third in the 22. Aiden Kaiser in fourth in the 71 machine. Travis Burtzer is fifth in the 99. Justin T. Campbell, your pole sitter and leader from most of the early parts of this race, is now sixth. The 54 Brody Marinko is seventh. Christopher Johnson in that 180 machine we saw earlier is in eighth. Justin Elvis Brennan Tracy is 9th. Justin Elvis is 10th. Braden Goddard is 11th. Bradley Rivers is 12th. Brad Herman is 13th. Tyler Holden is 14th. And Blaine Harrison in the 7 is 15th, with Joey Kinnelly, our first casualty of the race, 16th. And if there is another caution, I will definitely grab somebody to talk to. Anybody out there listening, I am looking for somebody to come in and co-commentate or co-broadcast, whatever you want to call it. Be a person in the booth, whatever. You can be new, you can be a vet, whatever it is. Just gives me somebody to talk to, somebody to talk to about racing. Definitely helps having somebody else in the booth with me. Uh, so if you're new and you want to learn and talk and get the lingo down and things like that, you're more than welcome to hit me up, Twitch, Facebook, whatever you're watching from, YouTube. Um, and we'll work something out. If you're a vet, you want to get some more time in the booth or whatever, or just like watching super late models, hit me up as well. They are going to go green, though. The 66 gets a great jump. The 50, ooh, the 18's going around, and I think that's going to catch. And the caution. So I think 22 tried to jump to start and ran right in the back of the 50. And that kind of accordion effect to everybody. And the 18 tried to go into the turn. And the 22 was just a little late entering the corner and got into the left rear of the 18 and sent him around the corner. So let's try to grab somebody that can talk to us about what is going on here. We got 13 cautions now, 53 yellows. So let's try to grab somebody here. Brad, this is Watts in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
All right, buddy. We are seeing a boatload of cautions with a boatload of yellows, yellow laps going on. You were on your roof at one point, flipping and rolling and then sliding. You are currently back up into the top 15 or top 12. Any chance you can make it back up here, or is your car repaired, or are you still limping around?
Yeah, I got it fixed. It was my fault. I hit the wall and caused a big pile up, but I'm sitting one lap down. I got to get that back, and I didn't even know if I'll have a chance with all these cautions.
Well, I'm trying to figure out the lap situation here because it was showing you one lap down, but then Tyler was 2 laps down in that last caution that I think you were actually involved in, but you didn't start the caution. But somehow you didn't get the lucky dog. Was that explained on how Tyler got the lucky dog being 2 laps down? You were 1 lap down?
No, I don't really understand because I went up the track a little bit to avoid it, and I made contact with Tyler. And if you get contact, you don't get a lucky dog. So I don't know how he got it. Maybe it was net code or something. I'm not too sure, but
Hmm.
hopefully we'll get lucky here and have a shot to come back.
All right, bud. Well, we'll look forward to maybe seeing you get back up there and trying to get a podium. There is $50 on the line tonight, so seems to be a little bit of aggression from some guys trying to get up there and get it. But hopefully you can survive and try to bring it home. We'll try to catch you after the race.
Oh yeah, man, we'll try.
All right, appreciate it.
Yep, thanks.
Braden, this is Watts in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Hey, Braden. So seems to be either the guys are really itching for this $50 that is up for grabs tonight with the BG Design sponsor sponsoring this race, or there's a lot of slipping and sliding going on. I'm not sure. What are you seeing on track?
Well, to me, it's just looking like people are getting too excited. I mean, the car's not bad at all. I'm not slipping much at all. It's more just people overdriving it and hitting each other, which hopefully we should be settling that down a bit.
Well, you got 40 laps to go, or 39 laps to go now, as you guys are going 1 to green. So I'll send you back to the general. But good luck. Hopefully you can make it up through this field and try to bring home that $50. You got into an incident earlier, but looks like your car is back to at least looking clean and seems to have speed. I think you're in 8th right now. So good luck on the rest of the race.
Alrighty, thank you.
All right, and the 71 of Kaiser and the 66 of Cryer on the outside is going to be your leader, I believe. So they keep swapping if they want outside or inside choice, but restart zone's going to go in the 66. Oh, he blinked, but gets a great jump. 71 is going to fall into second. I don't know what that is. Is that the 50? That's the 180. Oh, and the 22's loose, and he got another caution. This one looks like it's the 1869 or the 99. So let me grab 18 and see what happened to them. So the 98's involved. Ooh, 18's involved. So 22 looks like he's driving really aggressive, and that was a very aggressive dive to the inside and went up on the apron a little bit, and then came back on the track, which kind of squeezed the 98 and turned him, which caused the rest of the field to kind of run right into this as they had nowhere to go, as the track was pretty much blocked. So, yeah, we were talking to Braden, and he was hoping some of these guys would calm it down. That definitely didn't seem too calm, so hopefully these admins can get this thing wrapped up and tell these guys, no more aggressive driving and stuff like that, and get these 36 laps to go. They only got about 9 minutes left is what it's looking like, so hopefully they can get this one done. See if we can grab somebody else real quick. Justin, this is Swats in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy. What's up, man?
Hey, Justin. Trying to figure out what's going on here. You guys are having a little bit of a string of cautions here throughout this race. Are you finding it's guys being aggressive, or is it the track with the cars? Are the cars loose? Are they tight? Or is it just drivers, taking it into their hands, trying to get this $50 from BJ Design?
I want to take. I want to take it like they're being aggressive. Yeah, there's a lot of aggressive driving right now, but right now I'm actually having a really good time getting back up on the top right now. I already made my decision to get new tires and fix my car a little bit, but yeah, I'm just having a good time right now, man. That's just both. I mean, me and one of my drivers are right now are sitting in the top 5 right now. I got the 54 car and myself. We're both teammates. We're sitting at the top right now, and we're having a good race. I mean, there ain't nothing wrong. I guess people are just trying to drive aggressively to get up here with the top 5.
Yeah, I'm noticing you got into an incident earlier, but you've definitely made your way back up in the field, so great job on that. Yeah, there's definitely a few guys that are a little aggressive, a little bit diving in on each other, but hopefully that can calm down in these last 34 laps, and you can try with your teammate, which I don't know exactly who your teammate is. Which one is
that'd be number 54, Brody.
Oh, okay, right next to you then, or right in front of you.
Yes, sir, right there.
All right, so I'll look forward to you two. See if you guys can get up front and try to bring home that $50. Definitely look forward to watching you guys and see if you guys can come through the field. The 71's been fast. That 18 was fast all night, but he's back in the field now. So that 66 is back up front and has been leading since the 18 lost the lead. So that's going to be hard for you guys to get past them, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing if you guys can get past the 66 and try to put somebody else in the lead for a little while. So good luck in the rest of the race, and I'll move you back down to where you were at and maybe catch you after the race. All right, so the 66 is going to lead them into the restart box again. He gets a great jump again. The 71 was a little late, but not as late as he's been. He's going to stick to that 66 and try to go around. Does not, so he falls into second. The 180 is sliding up onto the 54. Oof. The 38 slides in front of who we were just talking about right there. The 18 is also trying to come through the field. Let's jump back there real quick. All right, so the 18 has gotten past the 4. The 38 has gotten past the 4. And the 54 is battling that 180, which is a teammate of Justin, who we were just talking to. So the 4 looks like he's going to try to follow the 18 through, but they got a little bit of a log jam here. Ooh, the 38 gets loose and goes up to the wall. The 4 slides down to the inside wall and smashes that inside wall. That's not going to go well. That should bring out another caution, but it doesn't appear to be doing so. Oh, the 4 started towing. That's why. So unfortunately for the 4, who we just spoke to and thought maybe he'd be able to work his way back up or to the front, is now having to sit on pit road and get fixed. I don't know if he's going to be able to repair that car in time. But we'll jump back up to the leaders of the 66 and 71 battling out for first and second. Closer battle is back for third and fourth and fifth with the 54. Stretched out a little bit over the 180 with the 18. And I believe that's the 99 of Travis Burtzer. Now sitting in the top 6. The 18 is going to try to get underneath that 180, but the 180 is going to be able to carry the momentum on the outside to go down the straightaway. But I think the 18 is just a little bit faster. So the 69 and 85 are semi-teammates as well, trying to work their way through the field. The 69 and 85 have had some really serious incidents tonight. 69's been involved in a few of them where he's been the bystander, just had nowhere to go. The 85 hit the wall earlier, went up on 2 wheels, and then spun back down in front of the rest of the field, which caused a log jam back there, and a lot of cars were involved in that one. He actually rolled down the track and wound up on his roof and was sliding down pit road. But he's got his car fixed back up and is now underneath the 180. Him and the 69 are both clear of the 180. So they're moving up through the field. That should put Brad and the other Brad both in the top 6 now. So it looks like the 66 has stretched it out on the 71 by almost a second. And then from second to third, it's almost 3 seconds. Which would be the 50 or the 18, sorry. That is your pole sitter of Campbell, who has just stormed back through this field and is really trying to catch up to these guys. Also, the 69 is now underneath the 54, and the 85 is trailing him. He's going to carry that momentum to try to get to the back bumper of the 54. He's running about a half lane higher than the 54. He's going to try to dive it off the corner and try to follow the 69. It's going to push the 69 out in front of the 54. 85 is going to try to follow him through here. They are working together to try to come through this field, and they're doing it well. So now you got the 69 and 85 both moved up into the top 5. 18 of Justin Campbell is third, Aiden Kaiser is second, and Kendrick Cryer is first. We have 15 to go now at Bristol Motor Speedway. Who's going to bring it home? Is it going to be Cryer? Are we going to see another caution? We've had 14 tonight. Are we going to see that 15th caution with 14 to go? I feel like the 69 and 85 are definitely making up some ground. The 69 has 32 lap old tires, 18 has 22 lap old tires, and the 85 has 48 lap old tires. But the front two of Cryer and Kaiser are on 113 lap old tires. I don't believe that they have pitted tonight. I don't think they've stopped for fuel or tires. And that 66 has stretched it out to a 2-second lead over Kaiser. And then there's about a second, less than a second, from Kaiser to Campbell. And then the two Brads of Brad Rivers and Brad Herman are both trying to catch this 18 to get to the podium. I don't know if they'll have enough time with only 11 laps to go. These guys are all stretched out now. I believe we only have 10 cars still on the track, so it's definitely spread out now. Not a lot of side-by-side racing. So unless somebody gets loose and spins across the track and somebody else catches them, I think we may go green, hopefully. 9 laps to go now. Let's go back up to Cryer and make sure we can watch him go through these last several laps. We'll get a little closer to him here. He has been the one that's blinking. He's actually blinked about 184 times, but it hasn't slowed him down. He's been super fast, as you can hear that car just screaming around these corners. These laps are ticking off really fast as they're only about 15-second laps. Early on in the race, I believe they were running low 14s. So they're only running low 15s now, so about a second fall off. And that's kind of crazy that Cryer has not pitted this entire race and has been on the same set of tires for 120 laps with 5 laps to go, and he is still running only 1 second off of what he started running on those tires. So he is coming to 4 to go now. And we have the 180 and the 54 back there battling for 6th and 7th, but I don't want to leave this leader. I want to give him his due. He has led a lot of laps this afternoon, or this evening. 3 laps to go now. It's hard to stay on him, though, because he's blinking. So we should have 2 laps to go now. Coming off of 3 and 4, we should be getting the white flag here. He's done an incredible job tonight, just arcing into the corners, rolling through the center. He's pretty much been running that 2nd and 3rd groove all night as he comes off of 3 and 4, gets the checkered flag at Bristol Motor Speedway, sponsored by BG Designs tonight, and he will be that winner of $50 for the victory. We will get those 3 into the podium of Kendrick Cryer first, Aiden Kaiser second, Justin T. Campbell in the 18 in 3rd. The rest of the field is Bradley Rivers in that 69 in 4th, Brad Herman in the 85 in 5th, 54 Brody Marinko 6th. Braden Goddard in that 38 machine comes home 7th. Brandon Tracy 8th. Tyler Holden 9th. Christopher Johnson 10th. Travis Burtzer comes home 11th. Justin Elvis, who we spoke to earlier, 12th. Bradley Erickson 13th. Tristan Newman 14th. Blaine Harrison 15th. Joey Kennelly 16th. Eli Lewis 17th. And Center 18th. So let's go ahead and grab those guys real quick and try to get them in the booth. And that would be Cryer, Kaiser, and Campbell. All right, so I'm pulling in the different guys for the podium. I've got Cryer so far. I've got Kaiser. See if we can grab the other 2 here. I believe it's Cryer who I need now. And then 3rd place was Campbell. I'm actually not seeing Campbell in the field. Cryer or Kaiser, if you guys are still in race and Campbell's still in there, if you could use the push to talk and let him know that he needs to join the Discord for the post-race interviews.
Justin, you gotta join the Discord, one of the channels, so you can get pulled into the broadcast. There you go.
All right, there we go. We got top 3 in the booth now. So we got Campbell, who brings it home 3rd tonight in that 18 machine. Justin, you were the pole sitter, I believe, and you led, I believe, the first 45 laps of this race, with a lot of them coming under caution, obviously, but you seem to be one of the fastest cars on track. Unfortunately, you slipped back a little bit and then got involved in an accident and then another accident, and then you were still able to get that car corrected and storm through the field and come home 3rd tonight. What could you have done any different? And I guess, how did the track feel? Different things like that. Give me those perspectives if you can. And then if you're going to be here next, actually, you guys are off next week, so never mind. Just give me those.
Well, began to race off great. Started to get a little tight on the long run. Maybe could have pulled off something if I didn't get involved in two cautions and had right side damage, but got it repaired and managed to finish third.
All right. Well, you definitely stormed through the field after those incidents you were involved in. I don't believe any of them were your fault. You just kind of got tagged, or one of them, I think, you got turned. But
One on the restart was my fault.
okay, was that the one you went up on the wall?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, so I mean the track's tricky. It is Bristol. It's usually pretty fast, pretty slick coming off the corners. But you were definitely one of the faster cars, bringing it home third tonight. I don't know if I've seen. Have you been in all the races so far?
No, it's the first one.
Okay, so this is your first race. So first race, bringing it home third. That's pretty good. We've actually had a few guys that have joined for their first races and have finished in the podium. Kaiser seems to be the only one that's the long-standing runner that keeps finishing up here with you newcomers. So I'm sure he's wanting to get past some of you newcomers coming in. But I guess you guys are off for the next 2 weeks. Are you going to be here for the next race, which is in 3 weeks?
Most likely, yes.
All right. Well, we definitely look forward to seeing you come out again. Definitely one of the faster cars on track tonight at Bristol. Any shout outs for you?
No.
All right. Well, I will take it to second, and that is that familiar face in the top three of Kaiser in that 71 car. Kaiser, you were, again, also one of the faster cars on track. You were in the top five most of the night. I believe you got involved in a couple little incidents there, but you were able to get back up front, and you were challenging a little bit there, but then the 66 just pulled away from you. Was it just him running a different line, or was it your tire? You guys were on. I don't. Did you guys pit at all in the top two?
No, we did
I
not.
didn't
Me
think
and
so.
Kendrick were both on the 126 laps we did.
I
But
thought so. I had the thing pulled up, and
yeah,
I was like, I can't. This can't be right. You guys have run 126 laps on tire and fuel and have not pitted. I'm like, this can't be right. But I
yeah,
was like, I don't remember seeing him coming down pit, so it's got to be true.
I wish I pitted, but I think what really got me is Kendrick was up front the whole. Well, first off, congrats to him. He actually got a win for my team. He drives for me, but congrats to him first off. But honestly, I think if I didn't get turned, well, I didn't get really turned. That's my buddy that got into me. And it wasn't really. It was just a racing deal. But if I didn't get that didn't happen and I didn't slide the tires, I think I would have had a better chance to get to Kendrick. But overall, it was still a good night. I'm glad I could get a second place finish.
Well, it definitely helps you in the point standing. I don't remember where you were at in the point standings, but another second place is definitely going to help you. I believe you're in the top three in the points, correct?
I'm pretty sure I'm not. I haven't really kept track. I'm just trying to get good
Yeah,
finishes
I
right
should
now.
have looked at it right before, but I'm pretty sure you're in the top 10 for sure. But I thought you were closer to the top five or top three. But definitely looking forward to you coming back in 3 weeks since you're a full-time runner here. Any outlook on that track when you guys come back?
I actually don't even know what track we're coming back to.
Me neither. I'm gonna be disappearing for 2 weeks. I've got my wedding next weekend and then the honeymoon the following weekend, so that's why I will be gone. But
Gotcha.
I believe you guys are going to. I want to say it was like Rockingham or something.
Yeah, I think it might be whatever track I go to. I'm just gonna try and get laps in and just be prepared for the most I can.
So it is Hickory Motor Speedway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it should be good there.
So that one is going to be Carolina Short Track Racing's sponsoring that one. That's going to be 125 laps. That's going to be round four of the season so far, or round four of his sponsorship. And I believe there's $35 up for that win. So definitely look forward to coming back in 3 weeks and seeing what you can do at Hickory Motor Speedway. But definitely congrats on the second place. Any shout outs for you?
Yeah, actually. First off, CSM for this design right here. It's actually my buddy Kyle Keller's. I made it. It's pretty much off of his car, the 12 car that I ran the first pretty much two races. I just made it into my own with the blue and orange for my uncle that passed like a while ago, like 98. So that's a tribute pretty much for him with the blue and orange. And then just Star Nursery, my girlfriend. There's a dog on the side or right in front of the 71. He actually paid for everything right here. And then yeah, Kaiser upsets, and of course, congrats again to Kendrick Carr.
All right. Well, definitely looking forward to seeing what you do in 3 weeks. Great second place. Great way to come back through the field. So I look forward to seeing you in 3 weeks. Going to first place, the 66 of, I believe I'm saying it. Is it Crier or am I saying it wrong? Because I've been saying it that way the
Yeah,
whole
it's
race.
Kendrick Carr.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fair.
All right. So your first race, I believe, because I don't remember seeing you in these races either. So your first race, first victory in this series. Um, Pretty dominant car. You started, I believe, in the top three, top four at the beginning of the race. Pretty much was in the top four all night. You got involved, I believe, the 85. You touched him coming out of the corner, I believe, lap 4 or lap 5, and he corrected it and saved it. But then further back, there was an accordion effect, and a caution was brought out. You were able to save tire and save fuel just as Kaiser did with that 126 laps on your tires, which I still can't believe you guys ran that far on those tires and the fuel. But with 62 laps under yellow, that definitely helped you guys. Were you trying to just stay strategy as staying out as long as possible, or were you really thinking, like Kaiser said, for himself to maybe come down to pits at some point, but then it just worked out that you didn't have to pit?
Yeah, there was enough. I mean, there was enough cautions to where the tires were still, at least my tires were still pretty decent. I could just stay out the whole race. We were thinking about pitting halfway, but with the amount of cautions, well, I don't think it was needed. But the car, I mean, it was really fast. I want to thank Aiden bringing me along on the Kaiser Upsets Racing. Bring me a long way. Got a win for them, and pretty darn cool for this first time out in this league.
Well, we definitely enjoyed watching you race tonight. Definitely, again, one of the faster cars on track for sure. That's why you were able to stay up front the whole night. I believe you led from like lap 48 or lap 50, uh, and then led the rest of the race. So, congrats on that. Um, Definitely look forward. I'm assuming you're going to be back as well in 3 weeks when we go to Hickory, since you're racing with Kaiser now. Um, any outlook for Hickory?
We might. We'll see what if if I'm not busy. We'll bring it out. We'll bring the old 66 back out to Hickory, but we'll just see what falls into place. I might race.
Gotcha. Well, definitely congrats on the victory tonight. First race of the season for you, bringing home the checker flag for Kaiser. Um, Definitely one of the faster cars, like I said, and definitely enjoyed watching you tonight. So congratulations on your first win, and hopefully we'll see you at some point through the rest of the season, and you can bring home some more money, as I believe BJ Designs was giving up $50 for tonight's victory. So you'll have to get with one of the admins and get that from them. But definitely big news or big job for you to come out tonight, first race. Not used to running around a lot of these guys and then bring it home with the victory. So congrats on that, and we'll look forward to seeing you maybe some point throughout the rest of the season, and maybe you can bring home some more victories. Got a few nice tracks left on the schedule, so definitely you should look at that schedule with Kaiser and see what you can run and what you can't. But definitely enjoyed everybody out there in chat. Definitely appreciate everybody that came out and watched it on the Discord or the Twitch channel or Facebook or YouTube, as people were checking out on all three. Appreciate the bit drops by a few people on Twitch, and we'll catch you in 3 weeks.
I will, possibly.